Did you know there's an organizing app designed just for families? Named a must-have mobile app on the Today Show, Cozy is an app to help families who are juggling school schedules, practices, meetings, doctor's appointments, and even helps them schedule a workout or a date night. Here's how it works. Cozy tracks everyone's schedules and events in one place with a shared color-coded calendar. Cozy even reminds others about events so you don't have to. No more missed pickups or double bookings. It's easy to get started. You can even pull in events from your family's personal, work, and school calendars. Cozy helps with other things on your plate too. The shared grocery list lets the whole family add items in real time, and you'll never find yourself at the store without the list. It's always on your phone and up to date. If you need help figuring out dinner, there's even a place to store recipes and plan meals ahead. The best part? It's free. Just download Cozy Family Organizer from the App Store, and that's spelled C-O-Z-I, and get the free app today. You all know I love being organized, using calendars to sync up and labels so you never drop the ball. Cozy up with Cozy to keep you and your family on track.
The idea is that I felt amazing being a size 0, and today I feel amazing being a size 10. So yes, if that's what I want, so be it, and whether it's on screen, whether it's off screen, it shouldn't matter. The idea is that I'm feeling great and people should feel great and everyone around should be inclusive.
As moms, we often wonder, am I doing enough for my kids? I'm here to tell you, you are super mama. That's because we have an undeniable superpower, our intuition, and it never steers us wrong. I call it our mom sense. Hi, I'm Kanika Chadda Gupta, and I'm the host of That's Total Mom Sense. I'm a journalist, entrepreneur, wife, and mom of 3, twins plus 1. Now, if I had $1 every time I heard, gee, you have your hands full. On my podcast, I interview influential moms from various industries and cover topics that all first-time parents grapple with, from getting your baby to sleep to screen time allowance, your new normal in your marriage, and how to dedicate time to yourself. Learn and laugh along with That's Total Mom Sense. Today, I am honored to bring you a very special interview to commemorate the holiday season and Diwali. It's with a woman who embodies her femininity so effortlessly as an actor, author, producer, daughter, sister, wife, and mother of 2. She is Kareena Kapoor Khan. Kareena Kapoor Khan is Bollywood royalty, hailing from the Kapoor family, whose ancestry has revolutionized the film industry for generations. She is a recipient of several awards, including 6 Filmfare Awards, and is one of Bollywood's most popular and revered actresses. She received critical acclaim for her roles in Chameli, Omkara, Jab We Met, and Heroine. Her highest grossing releases include Singham Returns, Good News, 3 Idiots, Bodyguard, and Bajrangi Bhaijan. Kareena hosts a radio show and has contributed as a co-writer to 4 books. Among them, 2 are autobiographical memoirs, The Style Diary of a Bollywood Diva and My Pregnancy Bible, the ultimate manual for moms to be. She has started her own line of clothing and cosmetics for women and has worked with UNICEF since 2014 to advocate for the education of girls and increase equality-based education in India. Kareena and her husband, actor Saif Ali Khan, have 2 sons, Taimur and Jay. Today, we dive into her career, her perspective as a woman in the entertainment industry, and her personal experience as a mother. She shares her fun anecdotes and sage advice with us and is sure to delight. Listen in. Kareena, it is such an honor to have you on my show, That's Total Mom Sense. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I would love to talk to all the young mothers in NYC and New Jersey and all over, and whoever's hearing it. And, it's nice to kind of feel like a community, like you said.
Yes, absolutely. You have a huge following in the US and abroad. And, we're so thrilled for your book launch. It's great that you've delved into this and you've kind of revealed your own journey as a mother. And we'll get into it. I want to also just give a shout out to Masi Neelam for making this happen. Love you, Masi. It just, you understand, you're a Masi to Kian and Samira, and it's Ma Jessie, it's that bond. So well, I want to start by your name. You go by Bebo, and I came up with a fun acronym. So B stands for beautiful inside and out, E is enterprising, B brave, and O optimistic. Would you say these qualities just aptly describe you?
I think so. I think they definitely do, because I would definitely say that I'm enterprising and I'm optimistic because I always look ahead. I never look back. That's something that I always think about in my life, that I want to keep moving ahead. So whether it's in terms of writing a book, or whether it's working after my children, doing a film like Veere the Wedding, which spoke about, women friendships, it was always something that I said that it should always be a step forward, never a step back. I think that's something that's just me. It's just ingrained in me. I've always been like that.
I love it. I love it. And now, your actual name, Kareena, Babita Auntie had named you after one of her most beloved novels. So can you give us that backstory?
Oh, well, that backstory was, I think she was reading the book Anna Karenina, and she just loved the name. And Kareena Russian. Oh, thank you, them.
Hi.
He just got me some coffee. So he's a doll.
Yeah, such a sweetheart. Oh my goodness.
So mom was always like, she was reading the book and she loved the name in Russian. And my grandfather was very popular in Russia. So it's actually a Russian name, Kareena.
Yes, it's beautiful.
So somewhere I think she just loved that. And she was like, okay, fine, let me name you.
Right. And it goes with Karishma. So it's, it's perfect.
It's kind of, somewhere it sounds, like they are siblings.
Yes, exactly. So I still remember your debut in Refugee. I was in college in Boston, and I remember playing Tal Pe Jabiye with all my friends in our dormitory. But, if we were to go back to that time, and if you were to write a letter to the younger version of yourself, you were so impressionable, you were embarking on this journey, what would you tell her?
I never, like you said, I never looked back. Whatever I did, even when I was that age, I think you do things when you're 18, 19. You take certain decisions, you behave a certain way, you feel like, okay, you're 18, 19, you can just live it up, you can do what you want. You have that. And there is a time for that, And that time for that. And that's what I kind of, I left my life like that. I till today live my life like, I use my heart over my head constantly. And even back then, it was, my decisions were always based around my heart. Do what I want to do, don't do what I don't want to do. And I till today continue to follow that. And I think that's, in a way, kept me happy.
Yes. Wow. I want to just reveal to you and share with you that you're one of my most all-time favorite actors. And I'm not saying this, just as a viewer and a fan, but, having worked in entertainment, I've seen a lot of cinema. And I feel like there is no one like you. You're unmatched on screen. When I was in the city in New York, I was interviewing Imtiaz Ali when he'd come. And we were speaking about you. And, so many of his films revolve around trains. And so he said, with Jab We Met, he said, you had never been on a public train. And there you were as Geet running after the train. I know. Feeling at ease. I mean, that's the kind of person you are. And, you're a chameleon. I mean, all of those who are listening know this. We've seen your work span genres from drama to thrillers to comedy in K3G, Chameli, Three Idiots, Heroine, Golmaal. What characters really left an impression on you and maybe have changed you internally some way that your mindset has changed after playing them?
I wouldn't say somebody's similar or somebody's not, because every character that you play, you kind of, you play it so much with your heart. Every actor, they leave a piece of them in that particular character, whether it was Dolly in Omkara, whether it was Mahi in Heroine, whether it was Geet in Jab We Met. whether it was titled Good News, which I did in my last film. So I think that every character is like, it's so close to your heart because you spend so much time, being that person. There'll always be that little bit in every kind of character. But I enjoy acting so much, and I've been doing it since I was 17, that it's hard for me to pick. I feel like the best is yet to come. I feel like, I'm going to act like forever. And again, it's my optimistic attitude that kind of, takes me ahead.
Yes, I love that. And we want you to stay, on screen forever. You're a treat. You're a treat to watch. One other thing that I admire most about you is that you're breaking barriers and you're paving the way for all women in the process. Our Vice President Kamala Harris had said, be the first, not the last. And, when you were a size 0 or you were redefining maternity fashion on a global scale, your confidence level has remained the same. So how can we teach ourselves as women and our young girls to have that level of confidence?
I think that level of confidence should come from within. I think the idea is that today there's so much inclusivity, there's so much diversity on a global level. I think there's so many conversations about it, whether it's about gender equality, whether it's about, LGBTQ. I think everybody's talking. There's so many conversations, whether it's about weight gain, weight loss. At least people are kind of talking, being open about things. And I think that's what it is. The idea is that, you have to be inclusive. So whether it's size 0, whether you're a size 20, it shouldn't matter. You should be doing what you want to do and you should be feeling like amazing. The idea is that I felt amazing being a size 0 and today I feel amazing being a size 10. So if that's what I want, so be it, and whether it's on screen, whether it's off screen, it shouldn't matter. The idea is that I'm feeling great and people should feel great and everyone around should be inclusive. That's what people should be, and I think whether it was maternity fashion or not, I didn't know if I was breaking ground. The idea was probably that maybe it was the first time an actor in India, a mainstream actor, was so open about being, like pregnant or putting on weight or gaining weight or, kind of looking not that typical body side. I think that was what people appreciated, the confidence of that. But I think that when every normal girl would do that.
Yeah, it's true. But I feel like with maternity wear, you would wear these beautiful ball gowns and look glamorous on, on red carpets while pregnant. It's uncomfortable, but you still kind of created this opportunity for women to embrace that. When you have those curves, when you're expecting a baby, it's the most beautiful thing. Why not look and feel
absolutely.
like that?
That's what I'm saying. You have to include those curves. You have to own them. You have to feel amazing. And, being pregnant is the most normal thing on the face of the earth. I mean, isn't it? I mean, like every girl, who wants to be a mother, gets pregnant. That girl, depending on their hormonal levels and, of course, how much they eat, puts on weight or doesn't put on weight. Right. And that's just the way it is. Of course, I put on like 25 and 26 kgs, like both ways, which is disgusting. Because I was like eating I was trying to be fit the second time round, but I was just like, okay, no, I just grabbed for all the samosas and everything and just freaked out.
Speaking a little more to the fashion, is you did this endorsement with Puma. And that was really groundbreaking too, because it was an athletic brand that understood that, even moms to be are working out. I'm
really happy that, Puma included this in their campaign and we did this. And when they had this idea, and I was almost 8 months in, I was like, I'm glad that you guys have thought of it and you want to do this yoga campaign with me and that, they would come up with the studio line for pregnant mothers. And I think that it was really brave of them, to have like a mainstream Indian actor do this, like show off her belly, kind of actually, go out and tell people that you can, really do this and that there is availability, of not just size 2, 4, 6, even if you're like, pregnant of any shape and size, you can still get your, really good athleisure wear. You are an open book, literally, and you've, kind of poured your heart out in the books that you've released. I want to mention your first one, Kareena Kapoor, The Style Diary of a Bollywood Diva. That was, such a fun, refreshing read. What was the inspiration behind that book? I think that book was because of the transformation of size zero, and it was more about like fashion and like just iconic. I think because, an actress had transformed herself, for this part. And like I was a big girl who became this, and then, kind of took on this style that were all, young girls wanted to actually know like what I was wearing, what I was doing, what I was eating, things like that. So that book was on that line. But of course, the pregnancy book is very, very special because it has a very personalized encounter,
Yes.
for both pregnancies. So I think that's why it is very special. And also it is a blow by blow account. And no one's ever written a pregnancy book. You talk about style books, fashion, you talk about autobiographies, you talk about film books, but you never really talk about a journey of a mother from carrying her child to delivery, to after delivery, to postpartum, what she actually feels. So, this book is extremely special in that sense to me.
Yes, I love that. It's called Pregnancy Bible, the ultimate manual for moms to be. And I love that, with your audience, you followed their phases of life. So when, your diary book had come out, that's kind of what your fan following wanted. And now that we are mothers, it's, we want to hear this personal account from you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to be as honest and close to my fans as much as possible because, of course they want to see you on screen, but they also want to know a little bit about your life,
Exactly.
And how you kind of, you live your life, what actually kind of like you feel, your thoughts. So, I think through this book, at least they've, got a lot of personalized touch in this. Yes. And they've got a lot of information in terms of like, the kind of person I am also. And the kind of mother I am.
Absolutely. I feel like each kind of pregnancy is different. Each child is different. But when you first embarked on your motherhood journey with them, or when was that moment where you felt like, gosh, I'm a mother now?
I think with both the babies, it was obviously the minute that I knew that I was pregnant, I could feel like my entire life changing, my mind changing, my thought changing. But till you don't like see it actually happen and you don't hold your child in your arms, you don't really know what you're expecting. And no matter how many books you read, it is a very personal moment for a woman and the way you feel. So I think when I obviously held him in my arms, it was like, I knew my life had changed and it had changed for the best, and it had changed for something that I always wanted. And like I was over the moon. Yeah. And and even now I'm enjoying it. The fact that I've always wanted two boys actually. So I feel amazing, and they already have like an amazing connect because two boys. Like he's already like looking up to him. I can see it because he's excited when he sees him running around. He wants to do the same thing. I can feel that energy. I always wanted this kind of energy around the house.
So when you had given birth to Tim, you starred in We Did the Wedding, after that. And Ekta Kapoor had, said that this role was yours from the onset. And then through your third trimester with Jay, you were in Lal Singh Chadda, opposite Amir. So, where did you get this drive and energy to keep going? Because post-pregnancy, during pregnancy, it's exhausting.
And especially in the second one, it was because there was COVID as well, so there was a lot of like, I never wanted to like not work. Pregnancy, I'm not ill, everyone works, mothers work right till their last delivery date, their due date, and they're working, So I think that it's not about that. I was raring to go even in my last trimester. I was like, I want to do this. And I love my job. I love acting, like I said. I love being on set. So with the necessary precautions, I was like, let's do this.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. I can only imagine Saif is a hands-on father, and he must have his moments where he's fun and silly. And so what does he enjoy doing most with his boys?
Oh, well, I think that he loves, Tim and him are a gang because now obviously Tim is older. So they're like, like whether it's swimming, running around, playing football. Sep is very hands-on with their mood for sure because I think they have like a really deep connect, and, they kind of are pretty similar. They like similar things. They're similar in nature. And Jay, of course, is very small now. He's just 6.5 months, I think Jay is going to be more of a mama's boy. Temur is definitely his Abba boy, that's for sure.
Oh, that's so sweet. You've had 2 C-sections, and you've illustrated this. And this is something, you and I actually have in common. Same thing for me. I had the twins, then I had my younger one, both C-sections. But I appreciate that you're normalizing this in your book. They call it normal delivery, and both are normal deliveries. One is a vaginal, one is a, yeah. So,
and if you have to go through it, you have to go through it. So, people, I don't want to talk about it. They want to acknowledge it, but that is also a form of birth. If you have to go through the surgery, if you have to do it like that because of certain complications or even out of choice, I think it's totally up to the mother's comfort.
Yeah.
You are a patient at that time when you're on the surgery table. That's it. It's up to you. You've taken the decision and that's what you want it to be. So How should it be any different than like a normal birth and delivery and an abnormal delivery? It's not abnormal.
Exactly. I think we need to change that, vocabulary.
Yeah, we have to normalize it and know that is also a way of being. That is also a choice. So, if that's the way sometimes certain deliveries have to happen, it doesn't make you abnormal in any which way.
Exactly.
In fact, in recovery, you need to be stronger because you're actually, it's a proper surgery. You're cutting through 20 odd layers and you're just, it's a proper surgery.
So true. It's like, I remember day 4, day 5, you're literally like teaching yourself to walk again,
Exactly. You are figuring out how to walk. You're figuring out how to, get yourself together. You're feeding at the same time. You're doing so many things.
Yeah.
Your mental stress is different. So I think people shouldn't, just, write off like, okay, this is a cesarean or this is an easy way out. It's in fact, I think it's difficult.
It can be harder for sure. Another thing you destigmatize is, postpartum depression and anxiety and blues, as we call it. Every mother goes through those tough times, and rightfully so. How did you, overcome those moments when you had them?
It depends. It depends the kind of person you are. I would of course, also have those moments, and I would be like, is everything going to be okay? Am I ever going to have my life back? It's like, am I ever going to look good again? Ever going to get to sleep?
I know.
I know. A lot of questions. They're just and the idea is that because of the lack of sleep, sometimes that can depress you further. Because it is a lack of sleep that causes sometimes, your brain cells to kind of go up and down, and where you don't know exactly what's happening. You're like, oh my God. You need to figure it out. You need to, sort your mind out. You need to try and balance things. You need to be positive and kind of, and when you hold your child in your arms, I think, you just feel like, okay, this is fine. It's going to be worth it.
Right.
It's going to be worth it. And, it's all going to be okay.
Yes.
And of course, a supportive husband can do wonders.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Agreed. You have to have a village. That's how to do it. You have your supportive partner, and then you have, this army behind you.
And you have to have, if you have your mother, if you have your sister, if you have good friends, they can always be there, help you out, stay close, stay connected. It kind of helps you from, feeling isolated and just feeling like, okay, this is never going to be okay.
Yes, exactly. You share your grandmother hacks, and they're so spot on. The, like methi laddus for breastfeeding and boosting milk supply and things like that. Are there any others you want to just share with the audience?
Yeah, these are my dad's mom used to always tell us that, that you should have these Gondka laddus and stuff, after delivery. And she was always like, ghee khao, because, that helps, increasing milk supply, or that helps in, strengthening your bones. If you had a C-section, it's important. I had a lot of paya soup in the book. That recipe is there as well, which is a tradition in my family, which is like a bone trotter kind of soup, which kind of has a lot of iron, potassium, vitamin C, for mothers who've not slept at night, who've overworked. I think it's the best.
Yeah, like an elixir,
and
truly.
I lived on it through the pregnancy once a week, and post-pregnancy also for 2-3 months. I did it once a week.
That's great. And going into a diet and your workout regime, in the postpartum phase, we all have those times where we look in the mirror and we just don't recognize ourselves anymore. It's a different woman, different body.
Very normal.
Yes. But you have your nutritionist, Rujita Divakar, and fitness and yoga instructor, Namrata. So they're in your corner and they're kind of guiding you. So can you give us a snapshot of, what you eat in a day and some workouts that you do during postpartum?
These days I'm doing because now I'm 6 months in. So I'm training with my yoga trainer, Anshuka, who is amazing. I've known her forever. So I train with her. I do yoga 3 times a week. And 3 times a week, I'm doing a boot camp because now I needed to up the kind of training because, it's been 6 months into the C-section. I had to up that. And, my trainer does a lot of strength. It does a lot of stability, core, which, is very weak right now. And it needs to kind of go back to, where it was.
Right.
But I'm enjoying my workouts because I do my workouts with my best friend, which is Amrita Arora. So we do it together. We do the boot camp together, which is brilliant because, we kind of motivate each other and push each other. So having a workout buddy really helps. So I'm so glad I have a workout buddy in her. And we kind of always tell each other okay, what we're eating in a day, what are we going to do? How are we going to plan our diet? And diet is pretty though I'm a big foodie. I'm a Punjabi. And
I know. It's
so foodie, parathas. And I can really take it to the next level because it's in my blood. It's in my DNA. It's I really enjoy it. And it's not I enjoy trying out different cuisine or I want sushi or I want something amazing. I enjoy ghar ka khana. I enjoy, basic Punjabi khana curry chawal, paratha, dahi, I'm that. And I can't stop on one paratha. Rujita will be one.
Oh my goodness.
I tried as healthy with of course, protein and veggies and stuff like that. And I'm a huge coffee drinker.
That keeps that's our fuel, honestly.
Yeah. So I limit my coffee. I've started having because earlier you're not allowed to have coffee when you're feeding at least half a cup. So now my coffee intake is increased. So I have about 2 cups of coffee a day. And dinner, we have a normal household. So we're all very pretty healthy. Both Saif and me through the week, we're very, very healthy. We have dinner at I'm sure people in America, I think, eat dinner at 6 o'clock. But for Indian standards, I eat very early, which is 7:30. Because normally in an Indian household,
I know, it's 9:30, 10.
10.
Yeah.
But in my house, 7:15, everyone's ready for dinner.
That's great.
And 10 o'clock, everyone's asleep on a weekday. Everyone, including Saif and me. Unless, of course, we're entertaining, which we do entertain a lot at home. We have a lot of friends who come over. But we try to stick to that on the weekend, like a Friday or a Saturday, unless, of course, we're working. Then that's the only late night which happens, which is probably once a week, once in 10 days.
Okay, yeah, no, that's great. And I think that's so important. So many people are on this bandwagon of intermittent fasting, and if you eat early,
I think I don't know if it will last. I love intermittent fasting. I think it's amazing because it gives you feel amazing, and of course, I'm sure you can shed a few kilos. But I don't know how long I can do it for. So we have to find something that you can do for a long time.
Right.
And besides, I'm a big breakfast girl. Because I eat early at 7:15, so when I'm up at about 8 o'clock in the morning, by 9 o'clock, I'm famished. So I want to have my breakfast. I'm a big breakfast girl. And then kind of, take it easy through the day.
Yeah, that's great. Are you spiritual or religious? Is there a mantra you recite or a ritual that you have that's very special to you?
So more than religious, I think that I'm God-fearing. I pray to all kinds of gods. We celebrate. My mom's a Catholic, so we were brought up, worshipping and going to churches and stuff. But I believe in every festival. I believe in every god. And I believe that in the superior power of that there is someone protecting each person on this earth. And I want to be grateful for that. And I want to be, happy for that. And at the same time that there is a fear of God that, there is someone keeping you in check.
Yes. And it's something that I'm sure you're passing on to your kids. These
Yeah,
are
of
the
course.
values that we're passing on to them.
I'm telling them what I believe in.
Yes.
And then their freedom to choose. I mean, they're going to be boys, and when they're 18, I'm not even saying 18, when they're 16, they have the freedom to choose what they believe in. And they should have that choice. And they should have that freedom to believe in what they like. So hopefully when they're old enough, our job is to instill values and, teach them right and wrong and tell them that, I just hope that they're good people. I just want them to be good people.
Yeah.
That's most important. I don't know what their path is and what they're going to believe in, where they're going to end up, but I just want them to be good in life. That's all. And be happy.
Tell us about a mom sense moment that you have had.
With Temur, I think with Jay is too small now. And I'm very intuitive anyway as a person, not just when it comes to, of course, being a mother. I think as a person also, I'm very, very intuitive. And I've always gone on my intuition. I always preempt things anyway. Like I always know that this is what is going to happen. I know what he's going to feel. I know that he's going to want to eat this. And I know if I'm going to make this, I know he's going to scream and yell and say that he wants to eat this. So I always preempt things, I always keep like 2 dishes ready because I always try to stuff him with the healthy stuff. And then sometimes he'll be like, no, now I just want to eat pasta and I just want to eat pasta. And I'm like, no, you can't. So, we have these arguments mainly about food.
Let's not forget our quote of the day.
Is there a quote that you live by?
My quote of my life is just live and let live. I never hold grudges against anyone. I think holding grudges, it makes you a more negative person than anything else.
Oh, completely agree.
It's now time for Mom Haul, when we share products we love.
And Mom Haul, that's just a fun section on, is there a product or an app or, it could be in beauty or wellness or parenting related that you're just loving right now. You want to tell your friends about it.
So it's not like I listen to anything. I just do what I think is right. So I'm not following any app or anything. Even if he wants to sleep for an hour and a half in the day and that's about it, I let him do that. Even though everyone's no, it should be 3 hours or download this app and they'll tell you how many hours or what they should be eating. I just go according to what I think is right and what I feel is right.
Yes. Yeah, no, I love that. I think it's so important to empower mothers to think that way, that you just follow your own path, to hell with what everybody else is doing.
Absolutely.
And lastly, we would love to have a launch in the US of your book, but for now, where can we get your book and, how can the fans support
Amazon.
you?
Isn't it on Amazon? Naina?
It is.
And Flipkart. I think it's on both. It's available. And of course, I'd want all my US fans and all the mommies to be out there to get, my book. And I wish we could do a launch. And I if things were better, I would love to come to New York.
Yes, I know. We're hoping, we're waiting with bated breath that happens soon.
No.
But we're just excited, for you. And I'd like to end with, do you have a birthday wish? Because
I know.
Yeah.
My wish is just that, since your show is about moms, I would just wish that all moms, find their footing, find their, bearings and just relax and chill out, take a deep breath because, everything works out in the end. It kind of just, it'll find its own self. The more hyper we get, the child gets hyper. So I would tell everyone to just kind of relax and take a deep breath. And, kids are very resilient and they find their way.
Absolutely. Kareena, thank you so much. This was such a fun chat.
You. Yes, thank you.
You're a gem.
And God bless and good luck for your show. And I hope we can meet soon.
Thank you for listening to today's very special Diwali episode. I hope you gleaned some great takeaways and perspectives from Kareena. If you enjoyed the show, please rate, review, and subscribe to That's Total Mom Sense, the podcast, wherever you listen. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify India, Stitcher, Good Pods, and Ruckus Avenue Radio. Here's a review from Apple Podcasts from one of my listeners. Her name is Jackie Mom 35, and she says that the podcast is authentic and insightful. Kanika's podcast is heartfelt and informative. She provides old school wisdom with modern research to help all mamas. Thank you so much, Jackie, for your thoughtful review. Do email me your address so I can send you some fun That's Total Mom Sense merch. My email is thatstotalmomsense@gmail.com. Now on my website, thatstotalmomsense.com, under the shop tab, you'll find tons of podcast inspired merch, including cozy hoodies, earbuds, socks, and a Mom Sense candle, which I collaborated with Bodewell Living on. And the fragrance is jasmine and sandalwood and is so reminiscent of my nani, my grandmother, who used to live in India. Tune in to other episodes and browse my YouTube videos where I post highlights. And you can follow me on Instagram at Kanika Chadda Gupta. So if you're seeking advice on pregnancy or parenting or anything in between, and you just want to say hi, email me. My email is thatstotalmomsense@gmail.com. Or of course, you can slide into my DMs. Remember, always trust your mom sense and your dad sense. Stay strong, super parents. Here's wishing you a very happy and healthy Diwali and holiday season. See you next time.
That's Total Mom Sense.